first, a match between the two teams always meant a tremendous struggle, with the experts finding it difficult to predict which way the game would go. But when Gerald Williams went over in the very first minute, it was fairly clear that Pontypool were in for another awkward afternoon. Mark Jones, who turned in a superb performance, picked up the next try a little later. And if he was enjoying himself, so was COLIN LAITY.
It makes a nice change to get the chance to run with some ball. And recently the pack have been a bit slow giving us the ball, but today they were a bit quicker and we had a chance to run.
It really was a marvellous exhibition of rugby, wasn't it?
It was a good display, and I hope people who watched got their money's worth.
COLIN LAITY himself gave good value entertainment back to his best after the disappointments of last week's B International. Jonathan Griffiths was the man to benefit here, and the Neath side still not totally happy about the way they're playing.
We're still trying to sharpen up a bit more in the backs and getting into a pattern of play as well. The forwards are still tending to take the ball on a bit too far, just that fraction too much, and delaying, giving us a bit slower ball, so they're cutting down the space for us to work in. But today they were giving us quick ball. A couple of times they held on to it when it should have been given, but when they did give us quick ball, then we basically made ground with it.
A novel way of doing that here, COLIN LAITY himself enjoying a friendly bounce. He's something of a specialist, but elsewhere versatility is the key.
That is true. I mean, most people can play in most positions. I mean, Lloyd Isaac's a classic example. He's played on the flank, he's played hooker, and he played in the centre today. But basically most players can slot into most positions in the back, as can the forwards in the forwards.
Yes, Lloyd Isaac lined up alongside you, of course. He looked like he'd been in the centre all his life, really.
He has played a lot. He played a lot of his youth in the centre, and I've played in the centre with him before, and so it wasn't that new.
Lloyd Isaac underlining that with his try. But as for Pontypool, yet another miserable match. Although they fought hard enough on Saturday, it's obviously a very difficult time for the club.
I think it'll come. They've got a lot of youngsters in the side, and I don't think it'll be too long till they're doing the same again.
But you can't have any sympathy for them out on the pitch, can you, when you're actually playing against them?
You never have any sympathy for anybody out on the pitch.
No sentiment, but a try for Chris Hewish at least. The rest of Pooler's points coming from the boot of outside half Richard Angel. Still, that hardly seemed to matter, as Neath ran in one score after another. Paul Thorburn almost went all the way here, and although he was tackled close to the line, prop forward John Davis was there to pick up and touch down. The Welsh All Blacks in terrific form, but they're convinced they can be a lot better.
No, as I said, there's still more to come. We know which areas we're still lacking in, and we're working on them.
On Saturday, it wasn't too clear just where Neath could improve. Mark Jones setting up Jonathan Griffiths here, and the winger across for his second try of the game. That took his team up to 39 points, and there was plenty more to come. The ball all the way along the line after a tap penalty. Good work by Alan Edmonds, with Paul Thorburn there to finish things off. And then it was COLIN LAITY's turn once again.
If I remember it, we had quick second phase ball from the pack, and we had an overlap anyway, so the winger was hanging out for the man, and the centre was drawn in for Paul, so there was a gap there anyway.
The conversion was on target as well, making it 49 points to 18, and then Alan Edmonds set up the best try of the afternoon. A marvellous run by the winger, with John Davis sprinting the rest of the way, the pacey prop forward showing just why he is in fact rated as the quickest man in the club, and Neath weren't finished yet.
We could have done with another few minutes, because I think it would have been... We knew that LAITY beat them by 60-odd points, and, well, when we started off, we didn't think we would beat that, but as time went on, the tries seemed to keep on coming, and at the end, we were just itching to get and score more.
I mean, is it difficult to keep going? I mean, some people might get a bit bored with all those tries going in.
No, we're basically coached not to give up. Just keep on going until the whistle.
Paul Williams across the line there, while his kicking meant he picked up 23 points in the match. Chris Bridges then set up the last try, which brought a hat-trick for John Davis, a score of 67-18, and the thought that Neath are bound to be among the honours when the season ends.
That's a long way off, but I would like to go one better than we did last season, if possible.
Yes, of course, you did lose the cup final. I mean, how much has that spurred the players on as you come to this season?